Today I will be showing you some Kirklands inspired DIYs for Christmas. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram if you want to see more behind the scenes of things I do day to day. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping you now. For the first DIY, I will insert a picture here so you can see the Kirklands inspired DIY. So I went to Dollar Tree, and this is all Dollar Tree right here. As you know, they have been, well, they've started to put out these pieces of wood. Well, now $1.25. I just went to Dollar Tree yesterday. Everything's $1.25 already at my local Dollar Tree. So they already went up on the prices, which is, I mean, it's fine. You know, I'm just happy they get to stay open. What you could do is if you have scrap pieces of wood, you can use that. You might be able to get cheaper pieces at Home Depot and cut them down. It's up to you. So I have two different sizes. I did that on purpose for these Christmas tree candle holders. And then I have a 12-pack of these plastic bowls. So you can pick up, once you see how I'm gonna do it, you can decide on what you want to use for this part. Sanded down my wood pieces. Now what we're gonna do is place one of these plastic little cups or containers upside down. Place the wood piece like this, and then the other one will be facing right side up on top. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun to do both of them just like that, and then I'm going to go outside and spray paint it with some white matte spray paint, the whole thing as well. Okay, now I am going to use this Waverly paint in mineral, and I'm going to paint the centers right here. I have a few different utensils here from Dollar Tree, and they've been putting these out for I think like a couple years now, so I just saved them. What I want to do, just like the Kirklands candle holders, is add a tree right here on each one, and then maybe a couple of snowflakes around, and then I will kind of sand that down. So I'm just going to use some white paint, a sponge, and paint that on. So I obviously don't want this to look like a little plastic cup at the bottom. And I think it still looks like that with it just sitting like this. So what I want to do is add a couple of these bells to the bottom of each one. And this is actually a door hanger from the 99-cent store. Now I bought it because I love the color of the bells, and it was only $1. So I'm going to use these bells off of here. I added my own little touch to it, and I just added a twine bow. So first I glued the bells on, and then the little bow. For the next DIY, Dollar Tree wooden crab sticks. And these are what I'm going to use because I looked at the Kirklands one and they look about the width of these. Or you can also just use the giant crab sticks from Walmart. Of course, they're like double the size of thickness or width. So either or is fine. I also have you can use some tumbling tower blocks to help you support the base and the tree. So I have some of those. And then for the actual base, I have this wooden piece from Dollar Tree. So it just says it's a wood plaque and it's going to be sitting flat just like this. I'm going to sand this down real good. So to create the tree, I'm going to go ahead and take out my craft sticks and start to shape them the way I want. And then I will glue everything together and then paint. I have my picture right here, and basically you kind of start off with the first row with it being small to like large and then back to being small again. So I'm gonna kind of play around and see how to set them up, and then I will cut them. And there are 7 rows. So now I'm going to hot glue them together. The bottom 3 are made to where they're the same length. So that's just how the one looks on Kirklands. What I did was take another one of the Dollar Tree craft sticks and added it to the back so it stays in place. Now for the bottom area right here that's covered, I took 4 of the craft sticks. I'm going to put them together like this. And then just so that part is covered like the Kirklands one, I'm going to just add this to the top, glue it down, and then we will cut the excess off so you won't see it like sticking out. Now I'm gonna paint everything. So I have my antique wax to stain the, let me see, I'm gonna do the base, 2 tumbling tower blocks, and then on the picture we are gonna do 4 of these pieces with the stain, and then this part will be stained too. I'm using some Waverly chalk paint in the color moss for the green areas. I just sanded this down a little bit, everything right here, and now I will glue this on top. So it's gonna go right in the center. This is the following DIY I'm gonna make, and I thought it would be really fun to do this one with foam board. So I have maybe a month ago I picked up these dollar wooden trees from, it was Dollar General. I was gonna say Family Dollar, but it was definitely Dollar General. There are 3 different sizes. So I'm gonna use the 3 different sizes. I'm gonna trace it onto my foam board, and then we will cut it out with a crafting blade. And this blade works really good, and it's from Dollar Tree. So if you ever see the crafting blade, pick it up. You never know what you can use it for, and you won't waste your money at all because it's only $1 and it comes with like multiple different blades. It is actually fairly easy to cut this out. All you have to do is basically kind of score it, make sure the blade is in the foam board, and then after you go around it once, the second time you can actually push through and cut it out. I don't want you to worry about them being so perfect. You can definitely see the ridges on mine, and it's not perfect at all. And you can also see the pencil lines, because what we're gonna do is go ahead and take a piece of poster from, you can get it from Walmart, Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna cut the same shape again with the wooden little trees, and then I'm gonna glue it on top of here so it can have clean lines. And so basically this is just you just want a sturdy, hard background so it can stand up, or so all 3 of them can stand up. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the brightness, but I have my poster right here, and I traced out the 3 trees. I'm gonna cut them out, and then for the largest tree, I have the 3 different sizes. The largest one, after I do the poster on top of it so it looks nice and clean, I will add just like the picture, or just like the one from Kirklands, I will add a buffalo check on top of the largest one that's going in the center. Before I glue these on, I'm going to just kind of make sure the edges, I don't have anything sticking out so you won't be able to see it. And then I'll glue those pieces of poster on top. I got some red paper so y'all can see the trees better. I have this piece of Hobby Lobby craft paper. When they go on sale, I like to buy them. I think they go for like 3 or 4 for $1. So I have this black and white buffalo check. I'm gonna go ahead and get the largest tree. As you can see, it looks so much prettier with the poster on top of it. So now I'm gonna trace this and then glue this on top of here. The other 2 trees, I'm just going to outline the trees with a Sharpie. Just be very careful if you do use a Sharpie. The 2 smaller trees are done. I'm going to move those to the side. Now, the last thing I want to do to the actual tree, the buffalo check one, is add the border around. You know how they have a wood border on the Kirklands one? I cut out another piece of poster for the top of this. Now what I'm going to do is kind of like freehand the inside of it. That way I can create that border and glue it on top. So I'm going to do that and then cut it out. I wanted to try it first to see if it would even work, and it did. I used my antique wax and went over it with this brush. I'm gonna take this bamboo board from the Dollar Tree and use it as the base. I'm going to use the tumbling tower blocks behind each tree to hold it up and in place, and it's you know, the trees are not heavy at all, so it will hold it just fine. The last thing I'm doing to it is adding the greenery, and this is just Dollar Tree greenery from a stem that I had, and then a Walmart bow right in the center. You can do a buffalo check bow as the same as this, just like the Kirklands one. For the next one, I am using these tumbling tower blocks to create the Christmas shades. And I'm going to face them like this instead of laying flat. I think I'm going to do just 2 of them and then have one like medium sized one and one small one. So I might do, okay, so 2, one like this. I'm going to use my Dollar Tree ruler to help me out. So put these to the side. It's really easy to use it, and this will help me keep them pretty straight. Now I'm going to glue it together just like this, and then once it's done, I will show you how I'm going to secure it so that way it doesn't fall apart. Now I'm going to take these Dollar Tree skewers. They come in a 100-pack. I've been having them for a while. You can use whatever you have on hand, maybe a piece of ribbon or the thicker dowels. So I'm just going to cut a piece and just, wait, I was going to glue it like that in between each corner where I glued at. So here I have my 2 different sizes of the trees. Now I'm going to take 5 for each one. I'm going to take 5 blocks. I'm going to create a base. That way I can glue this together just like this with the 4 like that and 1 sticking up to hold up the tree. So it's going to go like this. And then we will paint the whole thing white. I also have some beads that I'm going to show y'all, just like the Kirklands one. I spray painted them outside and they're drying right now. So once those dry, I can glue them to the outside like that. And then we will also use some antique wax to go over it to give it that rustic look. Before I paint them white, I wanted to show you that once I added that, I added another little piece of skewer right here in the bag just to keep that together. And then for the bigger one, I added 2 of the tumbling tower blocks since it was bigger. Alright you guys, so for this last DIY, it was about to not even happen. I was just going to do the 4 today because I was trying to use something else. It didn't work out. But then I thought of an idea to use these coffee filters. So these are from Walmart now. They come with 200 and they were not even $2. So super cheap. And they might even have them at Dollar Tree. I've never paid attention. I'm so happy I decided to think of a different way because I'm running low on time. I gotta leave in about an hour to go pick up the kids. Everything is everywhere because I just finished this one. Well, I finished it and it's up there, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. So it was really easy. You're gonna take 2 of the filters or 3, and that way it's not see-through, you know, whenever you create your little tree. So we're gonna fold it in half. Once you do that, fold it in half again, just so you can see where the tip of the point is at. So go ahead and unfold it back to like this. Once you get that, you're gonna very easily just bring the 2 ends together like this, just like that. So you see that point helps us because we know where the center is at. So you're just gonna need just a tiny bit of room for glue. I'm gonna glue that. Once I do that, that's it. So I have, you see I have paint all over my hands. That's from the little tree I just made. So I'm gonna use 3, I believe, for the little tree. Or okay, I can go ahead and do 4. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 since I have 3 already to the side, and I just show you how to make one. Just like the Kirklands one, we're gonna paint the bottom edge with, I just did the red one with the red stripe. I'm gonna do green now because the other one's white. Obviously these are white. So these from Kirklands are galvanized. They're super expensive, so I was guessing that they were pretty big for the price. Now I'm just grabbing one of the skewers and using the point of this, so you can grab a real thin skinny brush, and we're gonna make the dots. So now I'm gonna take a dowel, and I already painted it black. I didn't go all the way up because you're not gonna see this part. So I also have 4 tumbling tower blocks, and this is gonna be for the base. You can use anything as the base. There are so many ideas on my Instagram and on my YouTube channel, so many ideas. What I'm gonna do is stand one up, add hot glue, and place it like this, not all the way down. So you see there's some left. Add more hot glue on the second one. Stand it up and just bring it like this and move it around until it stays put. So that's perfect. And then I'm gonna add the other 2 on the sides like this. Once I get that down, I'm gonna paint all of it black. This is really not black, it's like a pavement, like a really dark gray. but you can't even tell. I don't know why I can't find my black paint. I think my kids used it or something. I'm gonna go ahead and slide these on. So there should be a little slit at the top, and if there's not, you can just push it through. But I didn't do that on purpose. When I made the first one, it just kind of happened that way. So it should just, there should just be a slit like that, but if not, you can just kind of force it through there. So I'm gonna see how far down I can go, and then we will add glue once I figure it out. I'm gonna make a quick bow real quick with the twine by just tying it how I did earlier, and then that's gonna go at the top along with a couple of bells. So I have this 40 pack of bells from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna take 2, and I'm gonna use some floral wire just because that was what I had next to me. So I'm gonna glue the bells on first, and then the little bow over it.